As you might know, the Danish philosopher Søren Kierkegaard proposed 3 fundamentally different ways of living life. These stages, or spheres as they're called, are the aesthetic sphere, the ethical sphere, and the religious sphere. And today's subject is going to be the ethical sphere. I'm more and more convinced that what Jordan Peterson is advocating for the most part is the ethical sphere. Clean your room, get your act together, find a partner to start a family with, and act ethically according to your own standards. But let's compare the ethical sphere with the aesthetic sphere that we discussed last week. In the aesthetic sphere, everything is about the ego and sensual pleasure in the instant moment. The past and the future and the eternal doesn't exist. But if one evolves into the ethical sphere, one realizes that the past and the future exist and that it is wise to act accordingly. For instance, one can look back in time via our memories and evaluate which action one did was good and which was bad, and then use this information in the present moment so one can do good actions that one can benefit from in the future. Let's talk about sex. Sex is one of those interesting activities that is completely dependent upon the intention of the act rather than the act itself, if it will end up in the aesthetic or the ethical sphere. Masturbation, for instance. Would you, masturbating at this moment, help you in any of your future goals? Probably not. What do you guys think? And also, if you're trying to find someone solely for the purpose of sex, I would put this in the aesthetic category as well. The way I see it is that a one-night stand really is group masturbation. It's only a group of people helping each other out to gain more pleasure within the present moment. The other person is simply a tool to gain more pleasure. But here is the thing. If one finds a partner and have sex for the purpose of starting a family, then the very same act has evolved into the ethical sphere, for it is now related to the future of a family. Kierkegaard also highlights the importance of marriage within the ethical sphere. For what marriage really is the abandonment of the ego. The me, myself, and I dissolves into a first-person plural, a strong we, a family. So what do you guys think? Isn't the ethical sphere at least close to some of Jordan Peterson's ideas? Unfortunately, the ethical sphere will also lead you to despair. Sooner or later, the despair of the infinite will catch up with you. But fear not, there is one way to finally get rid of the despair, and that is with the religious sphere. If you want to know more about the religious sphere, I suggest you watching this video here.